But first of all, I want to talk about some of the ideas that what families or what mothers and fathers, and I often think fathers need to take the lead in this. So I have a list that I want you to put up on the screen, and then I'll go through them. And these are kind of ways to create a white rite of passage in your family. First of all, get out of their way and help them make their own age appropriate decisions and learn from the mistakes. If you hover too much and try to shield them too much from their mistakes, they won't learn them. And that's part of growing up, and it's part of the rite of passage from teenhood to adulthood. And then progressively giving them more responsibilities around the house, the things that they could do. Of course, they probably have an allowance for that, but they can, as the responsibilities increase, the allowance might increase. Or at that later in teen life, many of them are working and having their own income. Help them develop their own code of conduct. And what does that mean? Well, it means they have to know what is appropriate behavior and what isn't. Now, some of that is going to be taught by modeling. Dads have to model that for their sons and daughters. What does dad do? How does he conduct himself? And mom too, but I think dads have a kind of a leadership role to play in that. And then along with that, for mindfulness and honesty, uh, that really mindfulness is just to uh, think before you act a little bit. Basically, if there's a door to go through, think about what might be on the other side before you open that door. And then teaching them how to regulate their feelings. This is one thing that many are re-regulate if they get their feelings get dysregulated. And how you do that is again modeling and listening to their feelings, helping them by treating their feelings as with respect and treating them seriously, whatever their feelings might be. And then it's important in number six to be a parent first, and then a friend second. And I think those are kind of things that as you interact with your teens, you have to kind of see how that works for you. And then create a meaningful rite of passage. And I'll talk a little bit about what some ingredients of that might look like in a little bit, but I want to finish this list and then I'll talk a little bit about that. So this may vary within each family and culture in this country. And then number nine, forgive your mistakes and theirs. Uh, uh, a child growing up into adulthood needs to have a cheerleader as well, not just a punisher. And so forgiving mistakes and also being able to admit your mistakes when you make them, because there's no such thing as a perfect parent. And to try to become perfect and pretend you're perfect really creates a false kind of interaction with your teenagers. And then don't let them have a relationship with your guilt. You know, a lot of parents realize they didn't do the best job they could have done, or they look back and with some regrets about some of the things they did or didn't do, and they feel guilty. And so you want to make sure that your children don't have a relationship just with your guilt. They have a relationship with you and not just your guilt. And I've encountered a number of my clients who have that relationship that their parent acts in a guilty way towards them and they feel it. It doesn't feel real to them. And they tend to want to just dismiss that as not really what is going on with